The whispers were cruel at first, then they became laughter that echoed through the airport terminal like broken glass. What started as sideways glances had escalated into something far worse, a spectacle that would change everything. Marcus sat alone at gate 47, his weathered hands wrapped around lukewarm coffee. The scars covering the left side of his face caught the harsh fluorescent light, creating a roadmap of melted tissue that made strangers uncomfortable. His faded denim jacket hung loose on his thin frame, worn sneakers bearing holes from countless miles. To the college students 3 rows away, he was entertainment. "Look at that homeless guy," sneered Jake, designer clothes marking his privilege. "Probably on drugs. How'd they even let him in here?" His friends giggled, phones recording. Sarah, dripping jewelry, wrinkled her nose. "So gross. There should be separate areas for people like that." Marcus heard every word. He'd grown accustomed to stares, assumptions, conversations dying when he entered rooms. But something flickered in his gray eyes, strength these kids couldn't comprehend. The mockery intensified when Marcus stood. His left leg dragged slightly, another souvenir from 13 years ago. The students openly laughed, making exaggerated limping motions. "Walk much?" Jake called out loudly. Marcus paused. For a moment, his shoulders straightened, revealing something martial in his bearing. But he continued walking, head down, dignity intact. That's when Colonel James Mitchell entered. The decorated officer in dress blues scanned the waiting area with trained eyes, a habit that never dies. His gaze landed on Marcus, and everything stopped. The colonel's breath caught. His hand moved to his chest, fingers tracing a particular ribbon. The Bronze Star. The same medal he'd recommended for the man now hunched in that plastic chair. "It can't be," Mitchell whispered. He moved closer, studying the scarred profile, the distinctive burns he remembered from Kandahar province. When Marcus turned, their eyes met across the crowded gate. Time collapsed. Mitchell was transported back to that blazing August afternoon when Taliban forces pinned down their convoy. The explosion, the screaming, the acrid smoke, and Staff Sergeant Marcus Chun diving back into that inferno. 3 times, pulling out wounded soldiers while his uniform melted to his skin. "Chun," Mitchell breathed. The students quieted, sensing something they didn't understand. Marcus looked up, emotions cycling across his damaged face. Surprise, recognition, panic. He started to rise, old instincts kicking in. "Sir, But Colonel Mitchell was already moving. In full view of everyone, the decorated officer came to attention and rendered the most precise salute of his career. The gesture was so sharp, so reverent, that conversations died throughout the terminal. "Staff Sergeant Chun," Mitchell said, voice carrying across the silence. "It's an honor, sir." The students' phones captured what happened next. Marcus, the man they'd mocked, slowly straightened to full height. Despite his injuries, he returned the salute with military precision that spoke of training embedded in bone. "Colonel Mitchell," Marcus replied, his voice carrying authority for the first time in years. Mitchell stepped closer, speaking loudly. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Staff Sergeant Marcus Chun, Bronze Star recipient. He saved 17 lives in Kandahar, pulling wounded soldiers from burning vehicles under enemy fire. The scars you see are the price of heroism." Complete silence except for air conditioning hum. Jake's phone trembled. After his 3rd tour, Mitchell continued. "Sergeant Chin came home to find his wife gone and benefits tied up in bureaucracy. He's been fighting 2 wars, nightmares that follow warriors home, and a society that forgot to welcome him back." Marcus's eyes glistened. "Just trying to get by, sir. Nothing heroic about it." "Everything about you is heroic," Mitchell replied firmly. Then and now, he turned to the students. "You were filming a man who ran into fire to save your freedom. You laughed at someone who sacrificed everything so you could sit safely here, planning spring break." Sarah's jewelry felt heavy. Jake couldn't meet his eyes. Mitchell pulled out his business card. "Sergeant, my company needs someone with your expertise. If you're interested, I'd like to discuss a position matching your capabilities." Marcus accepted it with steady hands. "Thank you, sir. I'd be honored." As the colonel moved away, he addressed the terminal. "Heroes don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes they wear scars. Remember that when you see someone fighting battles you can't understand." The students sat stunned as other passengers approached Marcus, veterans recognizing their own, civilians offering overdue respect. The man they dismissed as broken was revealed as tempered steel. When boarding began, Marcus stood last, as always. But this time, he walked with a soldier's bearing. The students posted their videos with different captions than planned, not mockery, but reminder that courage has many faces, sometimes scarred by service. Remember Marcus next time you see someone society forgot. Heroes don't wear capes. They wear invisible wounds from battles fought so others sleep safely. Share this with someone who needs to remember every person carries a story worth knowing. And respect costs nothing but means everything to those who earned it through sacrifice. You never know when the person you're judging saved the world while you weren't watching.